Okay.
All right, all right, all right. It is 10:32, and you know what that means? It is time for Heart Talk. This is the talk portion of our show. This is where we come to renew our minds and restore our hearts. And it is Feel Good Freedom Friday. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, and this segment is brought to you by my new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. You can pre-order your copy at theheartconnections.com, theheartconnections.com. I want to just start off this segment by just letting you guys know, like I just really want to send some love and some support out there to everyone that is just fighting a good fight of really trying and working towards living their lives on purpose. I know that is tough. I know that is harder than people like to acknowledge. I know that is harder than people would like to admit. But I just want to let you know that you are awesome. What you're doing is awesome. And it's going to pay off in the long run. I just feel like I need to say that. I feel like there's a mother that is spent with her children today. I feel like there's an employee at work. You love your job, but it's hard dealing with your coworkers, your boss. You may be the employer. You love what you're doing, but you don't really love the people you're working with. I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. Be free. Be free in how you feel. Be free in what you're experiencing. I'm not saying go off on people, but I am saying get your journal. Go write. Go sit by the water someplace. Go look at some trees. Watch, listen to the birds chirp. If have you ever sat still long enough? They have conversations, y'all. You can hear them talking to each other. It's beautiful, but you'll never hear it if you're still going and going and going. And some of us are prisoner to our thoughts. Some of us are prisoner to thinking. We are prisoners to thinking. We think day in and day out. We think day in and day out. And let me tell you something about thinking day in and day out. It is no good for you. It is no good for you because it wears you out. If you're constantly giving out, when do you have time to take in? Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts drive your words, and your words create your reality. Thoughts are words in your head. They are creating your reality. If you're not thinking right, maybe you need to stop thinking for a little while so that you can be free to get in the flow and the realm that God wants you in. It's Feel Good Freedom Friday, and I'm being honest. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this. I'm just talking from the heart. I don't have a bulleted, I don't have points I'm going by today and things like that. I'm just sharing from the heart. I'm excited about the Pass the Torch of Faith Women's Luncheon in Atlanta. Maria will be on, I think, at 12:30 today. But I'll let you guys know. I'll, give you guys a head up that she will be on so we can do our interview, and I'll be cutting out a little. We won't have our last segment. We may have our last segment of Heart Talk. I'm going to see if I can put a Heart Talk in for y'all. I'm still learning this thing now. I'm getting it. But I'm sharing this from the heart today because I feel like that's where freedom is for us. I feel like that's where growth, I feel like that's where change. And one of the things that we have to understand is we have to be okay with confrontation. And all of these things come along with being free. And I just want us to be free today. It's one of those things that we live in such a culture that is so driven by bondage until it's crazy. I know people who talk about mothers who don't worry about their children. She must be crazy. She not even worrying about her child. If I was in that situation, girl, I would be sick right now. I wouldn't be able to do nothing. But you beat the church down every day and you say you believe by faith. I'd rather sit under the woman who's not worrying. I'm trying to figure out what are you doing and what are you thinking? How are you able to look this thing in the face and not shake in your boots and not run for cover? That's what we need to be doing when we're thinking about being free and what we're thinking. We need to surround ourselves with people who want to think on a higher level. We need to surround ourselves with people who are willing to pour into us, but even more, we need to be willing to be vulnerable. I know I'm all over the place, and I'm fine with being all over the place today. Y'all follow me. You feel me. It's Friday. But I'm all over the place in good spaces. Your vulnerability is necessary for you to do what you need to do. I have to be vulnerable to get on the air every day. Well, if I decide I want to protect myself or protect my ego, trust me, this would not be the profession that I would be taking on. Not writing, not speaking, not coaching, not mentoring, nothing that puts me out there. Why? But you know what? I ran and I hid from myself for years. I hid behind my hair. If y'all checking me out on YouTube, you can see I don't have much of that right now. I hid behind my hair. I hid behind my ability to do good in school. I hid behind my ability to be a high performer in the workplace. I hid behind my ability to be a great people pleaser most of the time. Because when you're a people pleaser, you find out that you will never please everybody. But you start to pick and choose people who you want to please, and you're okay with disappointing others. But it's usually people who you value more. Oftentimes, they don't value as much as you value them. And I hid behind like all of those things. And I got to a space in life where I was just so tired of hiding. I was so tired of being. I was so tired of being intimidated. I was so tired of being insecure. I still have insecurities now, but y'all, let me tell you something. My insecurities have been upgraded. They're not like they used to be. I don't care if you don't like what I have on because you're not wearing it, and just don't look at me. Before, oh yeah, I would have had to go home and change if certain people didn't like. Now I'm like, well, guess we have a different style. But vulnerability has changed my life. And I was scared of it. I was scared. I was scared of what people had to say about me. I remember when I first started getting into like personal development, and I was drawn to Lisa Nichols because I had never once seen a Black woman doing personal development, speaking and motivational speaking. I had none, not one. That's my story. Other people may have. I've since been exposed to women doing it, but she was the first person I saw doing it. And she had a big afro like mine. And she was talking. It wasn't like she had to be so prim and proper. I knew she was from the hood. There was no doubt about that. I was like, I don't know where this chick is from, but she's from someplace like I'm from. Like I knew that, you know. And then one day she said, you know, I'm paraphrasing now, and she was talking about how she realized that to get to where she needed to go, there was gonna be, she was gonna have to find herself in new environments. She started going to conferences that she was the only female, only Black person, Black female, anything minority, pretty much white men. You know, that's what she started finding herself. She said she went to one conference 46 times until she got it. She kept going until she could get what they were talking about. And then she said something about, she said one of her affirmations that I have since incorporated was, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to protect. I have nothing to defend. And do you know that thing set me free? Because boy, when she said that, I had a lot to hide. And oh, I had even more to prove. And Lord, was I defensive. And that makes you overprotective. I was all of those things, and I didn't want to be not one of them. And God gave me heart talk. God gave me heart talk. And heart talk brought about nothing to hide, nothing to prove, nothing to protect, nothing to defend. And you know, I don't even listen to Lisa as much as I used to. I can't tell y'all what's going on with her right now. I think she's awesome, but it's just the trajectory that my life has gone on. But I don't despise the days of beginning. Had I not seen that voluptuous Black woman with that big afro, I mean, she wasn't skinny. She wasn't light skinned. She wasn't none of the stereotypes that we have been pushed in my community, that's what success is. None of it. And I was like, I fit in with her. I fit in there. I could do something like that because she's doing it. And sometimes people get offended when you say stuff, well, if she could do it, I know I could do it. I want you to feel that way. I just told my friend that the other day. I said, this is something I have you don't have. You should know you can have it just simply because I got it. If I got it, ain't no way it's superior to you because I have it. And I'm not superior to you. But it's the belief system. It's what we think. It's what we, it's what we allow ourselves with. It's what we feel and then what we allow ourselves to feel. Because see, the problem is we villainized our emotions. And that's like saying you mad at the speed limit sign for telling you the speed limit. But you'll be upset if it wasn't there and the police pull you over and stop you for speeding. Well, what's your first thing? I didn't know the speed limit. Pay attention to the signs. See, we get stopped by the police in life. We hit the brick wall doing 100. We don't pay attention to the signs. We despise the day of small beginnings. We like to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We think that we get to certain places and we can forget about. I haven't forgotten about anybody that helped me get the way I need to be. But I also understand that I can't stop trying to get ahead from trying to prove that I've remembered everybody. It's a time and place for everything. I have nothing to hide, nothing to prove, nothing to protect, nothing to defend. I don't always feel that way, but I want to feel that way all the time. And that's freedom. I've talked about all kind of stuff, but all of it is to be free. And I feel like there are people in this space with me right now that you are all over the place. I want to encourage you. I want you to hold on. I don't want you to give up. I'm going to do this again. I'll be back on Heart Talk. I'm random today. I'm just that my heart speak. This is real Heart Talk. For real, for real. That's what happened when y'all let Adelai rumble. This is what her grandma used to let her do. That's why I talk a lot. Because that's why I love my grandma. Because my grandma used to let me talk a lot. And she listened. And she responded. She made me feel like my voice mattered when everybody else thought, shut up, you ain't got so much to say. Just be quiet. They still do it to me. But grandma, I heard you. Thank you, LJ. I'm going to keep talking. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown. Pre-order your copy of the new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart. This is some new music. I heard this on the radio and I'm playing it for y'all. It's a friend, subscribe and share. And I'll be back with Heart Talk at 11:30. Love you.